What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is the Blazer King with King's Critiques, and we are back from Mangaka. And in the last episode, Futami and Hassan got visit. I need to figure out a different way to say that because Hassan actually means something way different in at least 3 different areas of the internet. Should just start calling her Hazami properly because, yike. Anywho, they welcomed in Nashida. Well, welcomed in, got barged in. Details don't matter. What does matter is, by the end of the episode, willingly or not, they did all come to some sort of, friendship level agreement, albeit the Nashida staying with them was not welcome per se. They seem like they're going to deal with it. But it did help her come to a realization of how much she needs to lock the fuck in, even if her series is going to get cancelled. Maybe, if it does well enough, it won't get cancelled, because that is always a possibility. We've seen it happen with nothing I can remember off the top of my head, but there has definitely been things where they've said it's going to be cancelled, and then they're like, actually, you know what? It was received well enough, it's getting more. I'm sure that has happened. It's definitely happened with, anime being revived for that reason. The manga does so well that the creators of the anime are like, you know what? Let's pick it back up. But that's that. This is now, and seems like their relationship might grow a little better. We shall see. For now, we do with our usual opening statement of, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, let the whole video run through, let me watch them because it's highly appreciated for the algorithm and all that stuff. And that said, we'll just get into it, shall we? I'm guessing that woman is Nekono-san, because I am guessing that she is the one behind Sato-san to the right there. Because we have it. Actually, no. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she does know Neko Note, but she isn't Neko Note. Because I'm guessing, actually, looking at aesthetics, maybe Neko Note is the green-haired girl wearing the mask. I love how that's going to be a running gag, isn't it? And actually, I'm here for it. Okay, here I go. Just continues to stand there. What is she doing that's where her mind is at? Oh? Oh. This is probably the kind of thing that leads to the image I saw back when the series was still running. I clean my emails too, honestly. Especially because I have a lot of emails from a thing that, as awesome as it seemed externally, Okay, to be fair, Nashida, this one I'm going to correct you on. You gotta switch men out for just people. Because women do that shit too. They use you up until you're useless and then they just... And honestly, after all the time of being single, I've kind of started to wonder if that's what a lot of my exes did with me. And, because I got proven that the first ex did something like that to me, and then another ex cheated on me, and now it's like, did actually all of them just never care about me? And that's the terrible point of both, the realization of what exactly gaslighting is and how much maybe you've been open up to it the whole time. Especially because one of those situations I had with closure of an ex-girlfriend that I, wasn't allowed to have contact with anymore, and then I got contact with her. I had that closure. She basically told me to fuck off, but at least that's closure. So, I already get the vibe she's a lot more sinister than she leads on to be. I might just be basing that off from similarities. But tell me you haven't seen at least 5 other characters in similar anime styles to this. I'm not going to say similar genre, but the drawn style similar to this, of women with that kind of look in her eyes and this kind of overly friendly demeanor who didn't turn out to be an absolute asshole. Maybe not a villain, because she is in the intro, but an absolute asshole. Okay, or reflection. instead of being an asshole despite looking really sweet and innocent, she's actually too sweet and innocent to the point where she can be an asshole. Kind of like the maternal figure from Slime 300. You know, she's really sweet, nice, but she does have a dark side to her. And Futami has been overwhelmed. Bitch, you said that earlier. And again, you're not fully wrong, but you don't have to be so gender biased. Women are assholes too. Granted, that's probably just mostly, like, those affected by the internet. Yeah, the other woman did kind of tell you that that's the same parent company. However, you might make Sato-san jealous. Yeah, no, again, I get the thought of being anxious about an important phone call coming through. Mentioned earlier about that thing I have backing up in my emails about I need to, like, either tell them I'm backing out or something, because, yeah. She literally just answered the phone similar to how a family member would. Like, you have their number, you have it on your caller ID, but they still tell you who it is. It's like, thanks, I know who you are. If it wasn't the person on my phone, I would be highly concerned. Yeah, you could tell from that change in expression that Sato's, like, hiding how she actually feels about it. Because it was that long drawn out, huh? Followed by good for you. Didn't sound very, excited, does it? Yeah, she went kind of silent. Does she know her? Is she somebody who's used to stealing clients from Sato? Yeah, Sato has a problem with that, Satuchi-san. No, I don't think she was pissed off about the fact you are thinking about working for another, publisher. I think she's pissed off for the who that publisher is. Something to investigate in more. No, but she's right. When somebody with the hot boss vibe just doesn't say anything when you tell them something like that, that's a bad thing. That's a crazy part. You can be a veteran, a professional, and still let your emotions completely destroy you. Again, veteran with the content creator thing. Emotions destroy me all the time. But maybe that's why I'm not successful. That and the stupidity. Can't forget the stupidity. Hey, listen. If I was surrounded by cute girls and had, another cute girl be my boss and completely supportive of everything I do, I think I would be a little bit more motivated, even if still fully anxious. But that just might be me. Yep, I was right. This is a thing that happens a lot, it seems. She even has the same opinion as for Tommy about it. And of course, she's all into the details. Oh yeah, I'm coming in and I'm gonna beat your ass. Damn. She's literally trying to avoid her so she doesn't beat her ass. See, it's not the fact she's clueless. She knows what's bothering you. Matter of fact, she's actually pushing the matter, it seems. Okay, so I was not wrong with my first opinion on her. Very sweet, very cute, very kind, very demure, whatever the fuck that means. But honestly, she's just a bitch deep down. Now, granted, I imagine with a little talking to from either Sato or Futami or somebody, she might, like, tone down her bitchiness just a little bit because she is in the intro, so that means she's not, like, a villain as far as a villain could be in a slice of life kind of rom-com-y thing like this. But I will say the uniqueness versus conventionality of things is kind of where I'm at with, things I want to write about. Like, I'm not good at world building, but, like, as far as making a story and making it one part both cliche as shit, because obviously that's what gets attention. Why else is there, like, 5 million isekai anime, and at least 4.5 million of them are the exact same? And you can't say I'm lying, because every isekai anime is basically, here's your average looking main character lead that either stays average when he's isekai'd or becomes hotter. And now here is one woman who will be his essential bottom bitch. and then here's at least 5 other women, most of which with big tits, and then you have your little sister type. Am I wrong? That seems like how most isekai anime are. Hell, that's how most harem anime are. But the fact that most isekai anime are harem anime. But can we also, like, that's kind of like in the world of actual social media and stuff of pushing stupidity to be popular. Can we stop, like, pushing Drek to be popular in the world of anime? Because it's fine if it wants to be manga and it can stay manga. But again, we get, like, the same rewashed plot basically over and over and over again that's only been done right like 3 times. And then you have things like Rena Trash that's existed for 5 seasons, or Girlfriend that's had 3 or 4. Those kind of things that just don't deserve it. And then you have other things that deserve to have more life in it, like Dress Up Darling. But at least the people that do Dress Up Darling want to make season 3. They just want to do it right, which is good. It's how it should be. Shouldn't be the same as, Promise Neverland, to where when season 1 is great, season 1 is basically perfect, and now here's season 2 that's really cool and awesome for like 4 episodes, and like I haven't read the Promise Neverland manga. I might if that's on Crunchyroll. I think it is. But yeah, I've heard enough about that to where that's the exact kind of example to where it's a difference of having your trash anime run for multiple seasons, but it's done right. But for some reason, it's only popular because of gooning. And then having an amazing series that's just robbed of what it could have been. What did I start this rant on again? I went from conventionality to uniqueness in writing to how series are done in general, but I guess it's kind of like a connected point, right? Anyway, I still think the other woman has very villainous eyes, though. It is literally like one of those things where, say, in the case of when she was going to college with her, she probably, had boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, and this Satuchi chick probably, like, in similar fashion, went specifically after the people she was in love with, whether it be actually dating or just interested in. Because that's unfortunately the same kind of, shitty thing that happens to people. Often women have that kind of friend more often than not, but guys have had that friend too. I mean, shit, mentioned before, I've had at least one girlfriend cheat on me that I can confirm, and, well, it was with one of my friends, so, like. Also, could be a possibility, less or so, she just likes to steal everything that Sato does, and more, she wants to have everything Sato does, which is similar but slightly different. One's more off from a bitchy mentality, and the other is off from a jealousy mentality. I'm still going with the bitchy side, but okay, but like a sense of irony. And she gets told to go tell Futami how she feels in person, so she's going to do exactly that and show up at her house in the middle of the night. Did Hazami have to point it out like that? Because that's just gonna make her feel worse. See, okay, how am I about to word my thoughts? When it comes down to the realism of things, things directed towards the masculine, things directed towards the feminine, it should not matter what the actual topic is. If you want to include something that seems like it's only based towards one side or the other in the other side's thing, if it's something as simple as a board game, shogi, in our case, like chess, is that really a bad thing? Because, like, the content being shown is something that women, or if you want to put it on a more broad statement, the feminine types are totally into the kind of characters that she's using for said manga. You know, I'm not going to point out the obvious word I have in mind, but the younger, and as the other chick point out, intellectual types are types that women love to see in mangas more often than not. Or the lovable loser type is someone that is a type of character everyone loves to see. Unfortunately, it's taken too far sometimes. I watched a video the other day about a huge bunch of bullshit coming from the girl failure type of VTubers, and that's the point where it goes too far for sure. But as far as like being, attractive and unsuccessful is a trope that a lot of people enjoy. Pretty sure I've actually watched a couple of anime that have that exact kind of thing as a thing I enjoy. Funnily enough, actually, speaking of manga I saw in the Crunchyroll store, Jahi is one of those characters that I guess kind of fills into that. And before you mentioned the obvious, Jahi's just like an enjoyable character to watch. The whole fucking series is very enjoyable. And yes, her adult form, very hot. But that's also a side point. So, like, if you want to put things about, board games, video games, whatever, and manga about those things into a woman's magazine, is that really a bad thing? Because there are feminine types that like those kind of things. Especially with the character centered around it, as mentioned. And, you could put fucking, I don't know, a manga in about random fucking makeup tips or something in a magazine directed towards the masculine men and whatnot. Because, again, especially nowadays, you probably have a lot of men who would be into the makeup tips for whether their own use. They're not actual men or cosplay, or they have girlfriends who they might want to help out, that kind of thing. Take Dress Up Darling, for example. Gojo knew a lot about makeup because of the Hina dolls, and it worked. So, like, it's not really a bad thing to look outside of the box for things like this. I mean, to be fair, she did say she wanted to talk to you privately, so if those two are there, maybe they should step out or aside at least. Actually, for once, Hazami, you're incorrect. She's actually there about exactly what Futami thinks she is. The legal wife? That's crazy. At least Hazami is doing the right thing. I want to watch the drama, it's crazy. So, 5 minutes left of the episode, give or take. Is she going to handle this professionally? Is she going to handle it personally? Or is it going to get a bit awkward? Meanwhile, they're watching from the corner. I mean, you're being honest that you don't get along with the woman who just said she wanted to work with her. So, like, it does kind of make sense if you were, like, upset or something. Listen, the blush on her face does not say that this is a professional statement that's about to be made. She's right, she never agreed to it directly. And you coming over to make your thoughts known specifically if you want her to work only with you. And that's the best thing she could have heard. And that expression on her face. Honestly, that might be potential thumbnail material for this episode instead of something from earlier. Then again, the reaction she had with Satuchi in the first place kinda... we'll see. This was the meeting, and I think you just, like, hit her so hard in the heart she just can't be here. Right? Nah, again, Nishida is relatable. This time, Hazami didn't even argue. She was just like, you said it. Oh, after credits? Maybe, perhaps, by chance? Oh. I'll do my best to wait until our current series ends. Yeah, well, I'm fucking push it out further if I have to. Just the title of the episode makes me want to, like, push to watch another, but also a couple of things I should probably handle given the time it already is. so I don't think I can record at least right. Maybe I'll try and wedge a couple in after I handle the couple of things I have to, but we'll see. We'll see. For now, oh, there's a lot that went over myself in this episode. Thing I will say is Nishida is based as hell for that opinion at the end of It's Nice to Be Loved Like That, because could not relate. Like, again, will mention a couple of y'all that comment on my videos very nice things and appreciate the content I put out. You know, hearts and all that, do highly appreciate y'all. But I've also brought up multiple times that, like, whether it be professionally or, you know, romantically, preferably romantically, I would love to be loved by anybody like that, to hear that kind of thought process come from them. You know, to be the only one they think of in a certain way or work with in a certain way. But that'd be a topic to be depressed about, to drag on for way too long, and I feel like I've done that a lot in the past couple of recordings of this show. Regardless, though, like it is one of those things where by the end of the series, I do hope like we have a actual thing happen between the two of them. Like I've said before, similar to Light of New Game, to where the purple haired chick and the blonde haired chick basically got married by the end. I mean, if you don't think they did after what? Actually, didn't they actually leave it canon that they became a couple by the end? Pretty sure they did. Pretty sure they might have. Could be wrong. Either way, we need season 3 of that, damn it. But anyway, as far as this goes, yeah, they definitely give me that dynamic, even though, you know, she's not, well, yeah, it wasn't all about that kind of love, but it's close enough to the, like, hair color comparison bit. You know, the dark purple, the blonde, the guaranteed way this is going, even if it's just subtext. But I could be proven wrong, and it's more than just subtext in the next several episodes. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section down below, as well as your thoughts about, like, relating to any of the characters, the work ethic, or any of that kind of stuff. Let me know about any other shows, movies, etc. I should check out. Sorry. This season, next season, or in general, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the other stuff in the description, ring all the bells, follow Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Patreon, Blue Sky. Patreon, I upload all the full video unedited, basically, other than like some minor stuff here and there, maybe, compared to what I can upload here because of, you know, wah cry YouTube. And go follow Twitch, subscribe for benefits, can do so Twitch Prime for free, helps me out immensely. Till next time, Ben the Blazer King with King's Critiques, out, ta for now, peace.